Anyway, so I just wanted to, I guess, give me what's the short story on David Baird? What did you grow up doing? Did you grow up on a farm? How'd you get into farming?
So I'm an Army brat.
Okay.
So I was an Army brat, and we moved all over the country. And so me and my brother, every summer, we'd get shipped back home to the farm. So we spent our summers at farm in Union County.
Okay.
Except a 3-year stint in England. We didn't come home. So, coming home to the farm and, that's all I ever wanted to do. Fast forward, Dad retired in 80, I think. So then we did move back to the farm. So then I went to high school out here and started working for cousins farming. And thought that's what I was going to do. Went to college at Murray and was on the rodeo team at Murray. So when I graduated, I'm like, man, I want to stay in rodeo. So I stayed at Murray for 7-8 years. And so I got a master's degree in safety and environmental. Because everybody's like, man, that's the hot new thing. People make a lot of money, da-da-da. So I graduated in, December of 90? Yeah, December of 90, graduated. Got married that summer in 91. And, you get that reality like, shit, you got a job.
Yeah.
So I was looking for jobs up in Henderson, just getting a job. Well, I couldn't, it's kind of hard. So my dad was like, because he was with his brother at Saturn Machine, he's like, we'll give you some work. You go up there and tell them guys that you went to interview with that, look, don't hire me. I'll just do some contract work. So I started doing that while I was still looking for a job. And picked up a little more contract work, and I like this much more than just getting a job. So I started the environmental company. And, through the 90s, well, at first I was just doing consultants type stuff, but then the 90s was the big underground storage tank push. Everybody had to have their tanks out of the ground upgraded or replaced. So there's a lot of tanks coming out of the ground.
What was the push for that? Why?
Regulatory requirement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, December of 98, either your tanks had to come out of the ground, they had to be upgraded or replaced.
Okay.
So there are a lot of tanks coming out of the ground.
Wow.
And, and with a lot of tank removals, a lot of contamination. A lot of tanks leaked. A lot of pipelines leaked. So that was a good time.
Yeah. What kind of tanks? Was it oil filled or gas?
No, gas, diesel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like at gas stations?
Gas stations, yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, we were pulling tanks, cleaning up sites. The deadline for that was December 98. So, 98 was crazy busy.
Yeah.
99 was still busy because of the carryover work. So I'm thinking, all right, now what am I going to do? I got to come up with something, that, because there was a lot of companies out there doing this. So I'm like, man, I got to come up with something that, every swinging dick and his brother is not going to do. So I thought, well, we'll parlay our underground storage tank work and knowledge into cleaning big above ground tanks. So I went and bought a liquid ring vac truck and a blaster, and just thought it'll just happen. And up to that point, I think the most money I'd ever borrowed was $50,000 to buy a geoprobe. So, and I think I borrowed $300 and something to buy this vac truck and blaster. And a vac truck's just what it sounds like. It's it'll have a 15-yard tank on it and just a huge blower that creates a vacuum.
Okay.
Water blaster's just what it sounds like. Just think souped up pressure washer. The ones we had were like 325 horse. So we're pushing, I think it was 50 gallon at 10,000, 26 or 7 gallon at 20,000 PSI.
Okay.
So that was the work.
Farmer Plath, I'm like, man, they blow a lot of hoses.
Oh, yeah. And we got, we tie them together or just get a 600 horse pump and push 100 gallon at 10,000 PSI. I mean, you can do some serious destruction with that kind of, but anyway, so that turned out to be a tougher transition starting that company. Golly, I bet the first couple years, I mean, I was probably maybe a half a step away every day from bankruptcy, but we finally dug out of it. And so I had both companies, and the industrial services company started taking off and doing pretty good. And so, we had a core bunch of work around the Henderson tri-state area, and then we cleaned tanks for about a 600-mile radius.
Oh, wow. Big area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I think of course, always, and always joked around and like, all right, the only reason I got these companies is so I can farm.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
so I bought this farm in 2009, and actually, I don't know if we'll look at it later, but that whole hillside over there, there's 183 acres here, and we wound up clearing probably 40 something of it. So, I had this, and then up until I sold set, farming was more my respite than anything. I had a few hundred acres. So I sold the industrial services company in 2018 and bought some more ground and started full-time. I still own the environmental company,
Okay.
and I consult for the industrial services company I sold.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you going to transition more to farming? You like the balance?
The balance makes farming easier.
True that.
Keeps my wife happy.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will always love farming. One of my downfalls is I also love to start things, to build things. Well, and that's not a downfall. I love to start them. After about 10 or 15 years, I get bored with them. So like the environmental company, when I started Set Industrial, I was kind of getting bored with the environmental company. So I start Set Industrial, man, and just I don't know if adrenaline's the right word.
It's adrenaline.
I think people,
it's adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'm one of these guys,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
if I'm not stressed out, I'll go nuts. But after,
David said what every man's thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.